Okay, hey everybody, this is Bob Kovacs, and I am going to do an unboxing of the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS50. That's a real mouthful. From now on, I'm going to call it the ZS50. Now, this just came out. Today is March 27th. I think the camera was just released on March 25th of 2015. And I just got this today. I've not opened the box. I'm a big fan of this series of camera by Panasonic. I have the ZS7. I guess it's kind of upside down the way you're looking at it, or is that upside down? I'm really not sure. I think that's right side up. I've got the ZS7, which I used very faithfully for about 18 months or so, and then I mysteriously got a chip on the lens. I have no idea how that happened. But I really like this camera a lot. I liked it so much that I replaced it with the ZS20, and now the ZS20 is still working great. It works fine. I have no problems using it. However, I'm just not crazy about it. I like the fact that it's got a 20 times zoom versus the 10 times zoom of the ZS7, but it just doesn't take good pictures. It takes fair pictures at best. It takes decent video, but only fair pictures. Now, the ZS7 took both good pictures and good video. I really liked the video that it made, although it was only 720p. The ZS20 would take 1080p video, and it was good video. It's okay. The sound is good on both cameras, but I just wasn't super crazy about the pictures that it took. The pictures were kind of noisy, and I just was never happy with the pictures. Now I've got the ZS50, and I'm hoping that this will solve some of the picture problems. For one thing, instead of being, this is a 14 megapixel camera, and then the ZS40 is an 18 megapixel camera. I never had the ZS40. The ZS50 goes down to 12. And what that means is that each pixel, each imaging pixel, is bigger than it would be in an 18 megapixel camera. So I'm hoping that with the bigger pixels that the ZS50 will do better in low light, and will also just be simply less noisy. It also has some other interesting video features that I'm looking forward to. So let's get started with the unboxing. I bought this, by the way, from B&H Photo. As I said, it just arrived earlier today. Right on top is a disc. The disc includes, I guess it has the manual on it, and it also has software called Photo Fun Studio. I don't know how well you can see that. I've tried using the Photo Fun Studio previously, and I've just really never been able to quite figure it out. So I don't plan on using the software at all. I tend to use Photoshop and dedicated editing software. Here is a basic owner's manual. This just has the basics in it. I'm assuming that the CD here has got a full owner's manual, but I really don't know. Okay, also in the case, there is a USB charger and a USB cable. So the ZS50, like the ZS20, and quite possibly even the ZS7 before it, will allow you to charge the battery in the camera. This takes a proprietary connector. Now, I have a couple of other cameras that take the same connector, so I now have spares of those cameras, which is a good thing. Here is the battery. Now, to my eye, my initial observation is that this battery looks just like the battery that was in the ZS7 and the ZS20, because both those took an identical battery. And here is that battery. You know, now that I'm looking at it, they are not the same. The new ZS50 battery, I don't know how much you can tell about that, but it's about a little more than an 1/8 inch, 2 or 3 millimeters wider than the original ZS7 and ZS20 battery. So the ZS50 will not take the same battery as the ZS7 and the ZS20. This is the battery that goes in the ZS50. And let me see if I can find any specs on it. It is a 1250 milliamp hour battery rated at 3.6 volts. I'm not sure how much of that you can see. And there's a strap here. You can see my ZS20 has got a very similar strap. And now we're getting to the only other goodie here in the package, and that is the actual camera. And it's double bagged. And here you go. Now, compared to the ZS20, it's a little bit bigger. Here's the ZS20. So the ZS50 is a little wider, as you can see. The lens, the ring around the lens is bigger. Of course, the ZS50 has got a 30 times zoom, which I'm really looking forward to. It's got a nice feeling rubber grip here, a screen, a 3-inch diagonal screen that does not tilt out. It does, however, have an eyepiece viewfinder, which is something that the ZS20 doesn't have. I think the ZS40 has it, but the ZS50 has got a much higher resolution eyepiece viewfinder, so I'm looking forward to using that. Otherwise, the controls are very similar to the controls on the ZS20. There's a dedicated function button there, and on-off switch. There's the dedicated video switch, much like the ZS20. Shutters in the same location. It's got stereo audio, and it's got a rotating ring around the lens. This rotating ring can be assigned to do various functions, including focus, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now I'm going to pop the battery in. It should have a residual charge on the battery, especially since it should have left the factory just a few days ago. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and see what we got. In theory, you're not supposed to use it until you really charge it, but there you go. It's telling me to set the clock. It made an image right away, and it looks pretty good. So that is my unboxing of the Panasonic Lumix DMC-ZS50 digital camera. I'm really looking forward to using it for both photos and for videos. And by the way, it's quite lightweight. It looks solid, it feels solid enough, but it's not nearly as heavy as you might think it is, so that's a good thing. Anyway, this is Bob Kovacs, and that's my unboxing of this camera. Thanks for watching.